This is Lola Lee T. Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? Welcome to my channel. So Karlissa was back on Instagram Live. She gave an update on Andre, her other son, after saying that Andre doesn't want her talking about him on the internet. And I think she should have just ignored the question. That's what I think personally. She was saying that BlueFace has never asked her not to talk about him. And she spoke on people saying she loves BlueFace and not Dre. But I mean, it does kind of come across that she's showing favoritism to one kid over the other. And what was interesting and strange at the same time was that Karlissa shared Dre's private business about his mental health issues, which I think is none of our business. We don't even need to know that he has mental issues. We don't need to know that. That should be kept private.
Good morning. Why the phone so blurry? Good morning, TT babies. There go TT babies. Did y'all miss me? I know y'all miss me. I know y'all miss me. I missed y'all too. I missed y'all. How is Andre? Andre is well. Keep him in your prayers, guys. Just keep him in your prayers. I'm trusting God on this one. I'm just trusting God every day for everybody. I'm trusting God for every day for everybody. That everybody gets what they deserve, okay? Everybody, not just my kids. Everybody. I hope everybody learns from this. Okay? So just keep him in your prayers. He has asked me, but through his attorney, not to talk about him on the internet. So I'm going to be respectful and mindful of that. But just know, I'm coming. Okay? I'm coming. I haven't missed one court date. I'm always be at court. And I'm always going to support all my kids equally. So Blue hasn't asked me to ever not talk about him on the internet. So when people saying you love Dre more than you love Blue more than you love Dre, I just respect what they ask me. You know what I'm saying? Me and Blue can go back and forth on the internet all day. He got thick skin. He was with me his whole life. We got thick skin. I'm not saying Dre don't have thick skin. I'm just saying he asked for his business not to be y'all business. And since he's, dealing with something a little heavier than what the average person is dealing with as far as mental concerns, I respect that. Because if it wasn't that, baby, we'd be going back and forth too. Because where you show out is where you get where I turn out. So, Blue never asked me to keep his, business off the internet. And when he did, I tried, you know what I'm saying? But when it involved me.
And then Karlissa started to shade Chrisean, talking about the difference between Dre's wife, Katie, and Chrisean. She was saying also that she never put anyone in jail. And she was going on about, the I told you so rant, saying this what happens when they don't listen. And guys, it just never fails with Karlissa. There could be so much calm, and then bam, Karlissa, she is off the internet for a little while. We don't hear from her, and then bam, she got something to say. Okay?
Dre's situation does not involve me. His wife is not on the internet bad mouthing me or calling me, I'm not a good mom. I'm a worthless mom. Dre's wife ain't never did me like that. Praise God. So shout out to her for trying her best. But we all gonna get what's coming to us when it comes to my kids. I don't care if it was Mother Teresa herself. Okay, we all gonna fight the good fight together. So ain't nobody finna walk away talking about nanny and a boo boo. We ain't doing that. We gonna tell them white folks everybody's problems, okay? We ain't finna do that to nobody. We ain't finna get up there and act holier than thou. We ain't doing it. I will call the private investigator, the public investigators. Okay, we're not doing that. I will have everybody in the courtroom. Yes, well, I'm the last person to go to court with. Just so y'all know. Don't ever go to court with me. Okay, I studied law. I study people. Don't go to court with me. Just don't do it. Because I don't break no law for a reason. And I don't mind my kids going to jail for something that they got to go to jail for. If they did it, they got to do their time. You got to pay the time. You got to do the time. But you going to do it with them. Everybody going to do their time. Not just one person. Everybody. I don't give a fuck if you did it when you was in college. I'm telling you. Everybody going to do their time, okay? Everybody. So, I'm just respecting his wishes because he asked me to keep his name off the internet, and that's just what it is. But just know, I'm fighting with him physically, mentally, and spiritually. Probably more than with Blue because, you know, Blue had other people helping him fight, and Dre only got me. So, but when they don't listen to me. This what happens. Gotta listen. When a person can see something you can't see, you don't go to war with that person. You team with that person and you like, oh, okay, I see what you see. When somebody can see what you can't see in your family, baby, you better listen to them. I listened. That's what you didn't have to tell me twice. You ain't gonna never have to tell me twice. When my daddy told me that man don't mess with you like that, he wasn't even over there trying to do nothing to help you. He wasn't at the court. He didn't give a fuck. I could have been like, but he loved me. Oh, for real? Oh, that's what happened? Bet. I'm not about to challenge my dad. My dad knows what's best for me. My dad knows if somebody really fuck with me or not. Whether I love them or not. Your parents know. Your parents can see it on the other person's face. They know the look in their face. They know the way they act towards you when you down. You know what I'm saying? They know you. They know you guilty of some shit too. They know. Then they go act holier than thou. Like, oh no. That's not how that works. Y'all got to be listening to y'all parents. If they would have listened, they'd be down the road, having a good fucking life right now. They'd be down the road, having a good fucking life right now. But nope. And sometimes it don't even be about the other person. It just be about where you at mentally. You know what I'm saying? Where your patience is at. Whether you can handle a person. It don't mean that the person that they dealing with. Good morning. It don't matter. It don't mean that the person that they dealing with is necessarily a bad person. It just means that, like, sometimes in your life, you're not in a position or a place where you can have patience for somebody that needs your patience. You know what I'm saying? You might need to be with a stronger person. You might need to be with somebody with a little bit more understanding, a little bit more less mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, couldn't none of y'all handle my husband? None of y'all couldn't handle my husband. He would have a case already. You see what I'm saying? My husband will probably have a case on one of y'all already. Because y'all couldn't handle him. But because I got thick skin and because I'm secure within myself and, you know, I love me, he could say whatever and I don't give a fuck. I'm not about to pipe up, turn it into the next notch and the next notch. Like, I'm not doing that. For what? So I can help pay some bills? So I'm not saying that the people that they chose to be with is like bad people. I'm just saying them is not your type of people with your patience and, you know, being a black man that's been, you know, incarcerated or held down. You need a strong woman. You need a strong person that knows when, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me give him his space. Let me go pray for him. Let me let me call his mama real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you know she love you. You know how many times Jaden said, you better come get your son? You better come, I'm about to act a fool. And I'd be like, don't act a fool till I pull up, so we can act a fool together. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, it gotta be one of them. You gotta, when you love somebody, you don't just take them all the way there. You just don't do that. Especially if you already know they struggling. Like, why you gonna do that? But hey, you know, such is life. It goes on. You do your time, you get out, you make better decisions. You do better with your life. Yes, girl, they know if my son is in the wrong, call me. I will pull up and help you, honey. I will pull up. When they don't call you, it's a reason. Because it's some people who would just rather a man be in jail than to let him move on happily. Some of y'all be that fucking weak. Like,
I really don't understand what the cause of this rant is all about. I mean, just what, a week ago, Karlissa was saying that BlueFace, he doesn't want to be with Chrisean. I guess Angela's the main chick now. He's moved on. And now all of a sudden, Karlissa is in this headspace. Could it be that BlueFace is coming home soon and Karlissa is worried that he's gonna be running back to Chrisean? Could that be the reason? And maybe these new pictures that were just posted, could these pictures have her a little worried?
Jay is done with Blue. She deserves peace. I don't know why y'all keep seeming to think she never had peace. John and Jaden have had an agreement, have had a lifestyle and a relationship for a long time. This is not nothing to them. I wouldn't be surprised if they figured it out. So, I don't know why anybody is in jail unless they've been to court and is innocent until proven guilty. They could have found their wife with a whole. I don't know what nobody's situation is till they get all the way into them panties of the whole situation, because they have to dig all up in your phone bill records, your panties. They got to dig up in all that stuff. So that could be till next year before we figure that out. But either way, I just hope that they learn from it. You know what I'm saying? I hope that they learn from it. I ain't never put nobody in jail. Callie ain't never put nobody in jail. I went, no. We don't do all of that. We'll just separate ourselves from the situation. Everything in life is a lesson. Absolutely. I totally agree. And I'm just trusting God the whole way through with whatever he told me. I'm just trusting him the whole way through.
I'm thinking that Karlissa forgot why BlueFace is in jail. Why is she saying that somebody put him in jail? BlueFace is responsible for his actions. And I also hope that he learns so that he will not repeat the same thing and end up going back again, because his children need him.
I've heard some people say that. Keep them, lock them up, all of that. I hear it all. I hear it all. I still don't wish that on them or their kids. I still don't wish none of that on them or their kids. And just so y'all know, it's hard being a single mom, but it's even harder being a mom to grown kids. So get your prayers in now. Get you some big girl panties and put them on, honey. Me and my husband have 6 kids. It is not easy being a parent to adult kids, because you still got to let them be adults, but you still want to grab them like they your child and just be like, nah, I done told you last week. I send them stuff now. I send John stuff. I send them all kinds of stuff. They gotta listen. They have to trust what I say. Don't argue with me because you don't like what I tell you. Don't argue with me. They didn't have no problem with me when I had my visions about them getting to the bag and about them, making money and being successful. They love them type of visions. But when I be like, whoa, 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 Get your ass over here and sit down. They don't like them type of visions. That was never me. My dad would be like, girl, I was in the courtroom and that he didn't even show up. You just over here looking dumb. That's all you got to tell me. You ain't got to tell me no do no dumb shit like that twice. I won't do it again. Hopefully Blue doesn't get back into the situation. Well, you know, after sitting there all this time, if he didn't learn nothing, hell.
All right, so this segment, Karlissa is asked about medical records. I've seen the post that she's referring to here. Karlissa was tagging in it as well as BlueFace. Now, I feel like that is a lawsuit waiting to happen. So I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. And you'll notice Karlissa isn't even touching it. She's handling this very, very well because there are laws about medical records. I don't know whose medical records they are, but the people that are releasing this are trying to make it seem like it's Chrisean, but the name of the person is scratched out, so nobody really knows whose medical records it is. But trust and believe, you know, you cannot have people's medical records out there like that. So because the name was scratched out, the records could belong to anybody. In my opinion, the records I saw have no credibility because the name was scratched out, a whole bunch of stuff was scratched out. I say that if you're going to post something like that, go all the way and post everything. Post it showing the name because otherwise it's not credible. The records are not credible. Post the record with the name so that people can see for themselves. And if y'all will recall, Karlissa, I believe a month ago, had said that she was in touch with medical professionals, that somebody was giving her information about the baby. But you'll notice that she doesn't say anything about that now. So let's hear how Karlissa speaks on this.
I have not seen any medical records that I know belong to my grandson. I've seen y'all send me a bunch of stuff that appeared to be some medical records that have some scratches in them. I don't know whose medical records those are, so that's why I'm not speaking on them. So I don't know how truthful those medical records could just be somebody's medical records on the internet. So that's why I'm not saying nothing, because I don't know how true any of that stuff is. And I'm praying that it's against that too. I'm praying that all of that stuff is just a bad dream and y'all just keep sending it. I'm praying that none of that stuff is true. I mean, I know y'all have told my son about it too, but we're praying that none of that stuff is true. That's all we can do right now. We can't do nothing else. He's not on the birth certificate. I'm not on the birth certificate as the grandma, and he's in jail. So all you can do right now is pray. Me and Callie have both talked to Dre. Jaden has talked to John. Me and Callie have talked to John. Angela has talked to John. People that have known John probably just a few years less than me have all talked to John. And we haven't gotten, if he is doing anything, we haven't gotten any indication that he's not himself or in his right mind or doing anything that would cause him to, for you to even say he's any type of that. You know, a lot of stuff have been said about John because he keeps trying to step in and get her to sit down and take care of the baby and just focus on the baby. And a lot of stuff be said about him that's just disrespectful. It's honorary. A lot of it is not truthful. Y'all know it's not truthful and y'all still play with it. So whenever somebody who makes up stuff on Tuesday, makes up stuff on Thursday, I don't believe shit they say on Wednesday. I just don't. Y'all told me this whole time that everything was cool, he was fine, wasn't nothing wrong, wasn't no delays. Y'all lied to me this whole time. So I can't believe nothing y'all say no more. I don't believe nothing that y'all say. I don't believe nothing she say. Only person I believe is him, because everything he been saying to me this whole time been true, and everything he been trying to do been right. And you know what I'm saying? That's between them and God.
At the end of the day, BlueFace doesn't know what's going on. Karlissa doesn't know what's going on. Us as the public, we do not know what's going on. The only person that knows what's going on is Chrisean. And it's really seeming like whatever that's going on, she wants to keep private. She wants to deal with it privately. That's all that I can really say about that.
I know a lot of y'all is fanned out, and that's really sad. It's really sad because nobody's benefiting from the lack of accountability. Nobody is benefiting from that. Y'all all look sad. Y'all all look trifling. Like, I screenshotted y'all when y'all was saying all that stuff to me. Leave her alone. We smoked. We drank. Like, I screenshotted all y'all shit. Ask my son. I sent it to him. All that shit y'all was talking. I sent it. When y'all was telling people don't listen to me. Don't listen to her. She ain't nobody. She jealous. She this. She that. All that bullshit. Now the same people talking about, did you see the records? Full of shit. Did you see the records? No, I ain't see shit. Did you see them? The weight loss group starts on the 22nd, by the way. I'm starting early so that I can train early. So that I can be a good example. But, yeah.
So now Karlissa is saying that because there's something going on with the baby, allegedly, she's saying that Chrisean is now deflecting by saying that BlueFace is a junkie, that BlueFace is doing stuff in jail that he shouldn't be doing. She's saying that is a deflection.
Child, I don't believe nothing they say. They all liars. Now because of the situation, they want to make my son a junkie. And so what? Even if anybody turns out to be a junkie, which I rebuke in the name of Jesus, they ain't pregnant. So if that's what they choose to do with their life, that's their business. Okay? That's their business. They can recover from that. They can get off. As long as they ain't doing pregnant, that's their business. I'm turned into, I'm just going to pray for them, honey, because that's too much work. It's too much work. Y'all asking of too much work of me. Once y'all start doing them second jail sentences and going back and keep going back, that ain't my problem. That is not my problem. I won't be going. Them records not faking, you know damn well. I don't know. I didn't see them, and the ones that y'all sent me didn't look like real. Didn't have no name on them. That might have been too much sugar. It's some coffee up here, girls, and I made it good too. You see, I had to figure out which way to go in my mansion, y'all. My little mini mansion, y'all. I'm getting ready to show y'all my decor. Don't be sneaking no peeks yet. I'm almost done.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh my God, I can't believe you guys are leaving. We're going to cry. We're going to cry when they get home. Big spiritual battles happening. There we go. Big spiritual battles happening. And I'm taking care of them on my knees from here on out, baby. Because that's how I know I get the best results. Because some of this stuff, I tell y'all. I wouldn't let my daughter do it to nobody's son, okay? I'm just going to put that there. Because Callie done had some scratches and black eyes and bruises too. And I tell her, get your bucking ass over here. Because you know, I'm just going to put that there.
All right, so we heard what Karlissa had to say. Just going back to the medical records that have been floating around, Karlissa was asked about that during her live. I believe that what's floating around is fake. I believe that it is 100% fake because, from what I read in the alleged medical records, there is no way that they would have released Chrisean with the baby if those records were real. There is no way. There is absolutely no way. So that's why I think that it's fake. Like I said, I'm not going to post them here. And I agree that kids should listen to their parents. I do. I have kids myself, and I think, yes, my kids should listen to me. But at the end of the day, when they become adults, I think it's really nothing that we can do as parents except love them and, not be all up in their business. Of course, I would love to be all up in my kids' business, but I don't want to be that type of mom. I'm hoping that the values that I have instilled in my children will guide them. And I'm just going to be here unconditionally just to love and support them. That's all I got to say about that. Guys, definitely let me know your thoughts. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. Bye.